You've probably heard of hell. Fire, brimstone, and eternal torment, right? Well, Italian poet Dante Alighieri's poem Inferno takes that to a whole new level. I mean, literally. 9 levels to be exact, where sinners are punished based on their crimes in life. Some punishments are ironic, some are downright terrifying at the center. A frozen Lucifer munching on history's greatest traitors. Let's break down the 9 circles of hell, Dante's Inferno, explained in just 15 minutes. Level 1, Limbo, the land of eternal sighings. Imagine a place that looks like Earth, no fire, no demons, just peace. Sounds nice, right? But here's the catch. This peace is mixed with eternal sorrow. That's Limbo, the first circle of hell where souls live good lives but weren't baptized or were born before Christ end up. Instead of screams, you'll hear endless sighing. Why? Because these souls know heaven exists, but they'll never see it. It's a place of longing where hope flickered but was ultimately extinguished. Famous faces like Plato, Socrates, and even Julius Caesar. Dante admired these figures, especially the Roman greats, but he couldn't place them in heaven because, well, they were born before salvation came. But let's hope, or at least there were hope once. When Christ died, he descended into limbo, scooped up righteous souls like Adam, Noah, and Moses, and brought them to heaven. For everyone else, limbo is forever a place with no pain, no flames, no joy either. It's not punishment. It's not peaceful. It's just waiting. A hopeless eternity trapped between worlds. If you're enjoying this journey through the circles of the afterlife, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more fascinating explorations. Level 2, Lust, blown by endless winds. Now things start to get chaotic. Welcome to Level 2, the realm of the lustful. Here hurricane-force winds blow souls back and forth endlessly, slamming them into one another, never giving them a moment of rest. It's like a storm that never ends, violent, punishing, and utterly relentless. What wins? It's the law of contrapasso, or when a punishment that reflects the sin. In life, these people were tossed around by their passions, unable to control their desires. So in death, they're tossed around by literally winds with no escape. Some famous figures, Dido, Cleopatra, and Paris, all people whose lives were marked by tragic love, scandalous affairs, or dangerous relationships. Their stories might have been romanticized, but in Dante's eyes, they led to destruction. It's dramatic, it's unforgiving, and it serves as a stark warning. Passion might feel intoxicating in life, but it'll sweep you off your feet in hell, quite literally. This level is all about chaos, where pleasure has turned to eternal torment. Level 3, Gluttony, the eternal storm and Cerberus. If you think overeating only leads to a food coma, Level 3 says otherwise. The gluttonous are punished beneath an eternal storm, which is a disgusting mix of rain, sleet, and freezing snow. They lie face down in the slush, pelted relentlessly, and to make things worse, Cerberus, the legendary 3-headed hellhound, prowls the area tearing souls apart. Why? Because in life these people are consumed endlessly. Now they're the ones being consumed. Dante even describes how the souls try to play dead, so Cerberus want to see them. Imagine lying in freezing muck forever, hoping the 3-headed beast doesn't notice you. It's brutal, and it reminds us that too much indulgence always comes back to bite us. Level 4, Greed, the eternal clash over nothing. Level 4 is all about greed, and here souls are punished for their obsession with wealth. Picture endless waves of people crashing into one another, violently slamming massive money bags back and forth. It's loud, chaotic, and completely pointless. And that is the whole idea. In life, these souls hoard wealth or waste it foolishly, obsessed with material gain. Now they fight endlessly for nothing, reduced to a never-ending cycle of violence and futility. Dante points out something really interesting here. Many of these souls are former church leaders, disfigured beyond recognition after centuries of battling. Their once holy appearances are gone, replaced by distorted forms. It is Dante's harsh criticism of how greed infected even the most sacred institutions. For Dante, it's not just about greed for gold, but for greed for power and influence as well. So if you thought wealth would bring you peace, think again. In hell, it's not riches you're left with. It's regret and eternal struggle. Level 5. Wrath. Mud, struggle, and gurgling souls. Next up, Wrath. This level is a literal mud fight. Bitter angry souls wrestling and shoving each another in a thick, murky swamp, always struggling to come out on top but never succeeding. Their rage in life has become eternal battle, endless, exhausting, and utterly pointless. But here's the twist. Beneath the surface lie the sullen, the souls who's bottled up their anger, letting it fester in silence. Now they can only gurgle, cry, and choke under the muck, unheard and unseen. What makes this level even more eerie is the river Styx, winding through the swamps like a dark artery of hell. It's not just a river, it's a prison of anger, where souls claw desperately at the surface, trying to grasp for air but never escaping. As Dante and Virgil cross the swampy waters in a boat, Dante watches souls lunge at the boat, grasping for something to pull themselves up, but it's hopeless. This is what happens when anger, loud or silent, consumes your life. You're left with drowning in your own misery, unable to rise above it. It's grim, muddy, a perfect haunting symbol of unchecked rage. Level 6. Heresy. Burning tombs in the city of Dis. Things get real at level 6. Dante and Virgil step into the city of Dis, hell's fortified lower half, but things go from bad to downright terrific. The walls are fiery, the air is heavy with dread, and the level is reserved for the heretics. Who are the heretics, you may ask? These are the souls who rejected God, denied the afterlife, or twisted religious truths. Their souls lie trapped in stone tombs, surrounded and tormented endlessly by roaring flames, flames that reflect their disbelief and defiance in life. One notable figure here is King Frederick II, a ruler Dante considers an enemy during his time. And here is the thing. As Dante descends deeper, the torments escalate. In earlier circles, suffering was passive, like eternal sighs or winds. But now it's active, brutal, and completely unrelenting. These souls aren't just enduring misery, they're burning in it forever. Level 7. Violence. Rivers of blood and twisted trees. Violence comes in many twisted forms, and level 7 of hell doesn't hold back when it comes to reflecting that. It's divided into 3 terrifying rings, each one tailored to the specific type of violence committed. The first, there is the outer ring. Let me tell you, it's not pretty. Here's souls who were violent towards others, like murderers, tyrants, and like others are submerged in a boiling river of blood. Yes, blood. And the worse their sins were in life, the deeper they're forced to sink. If they even think about trying to escape, centaurs, those half horses, half human beasts, are patrolling the riverbank's bows at the ready, firing arrows to keep them in check. It's a never-ending cycle of burning and drowning, and honestly, it's brutal as it sounds. Then we come to the middle ring. Here things get really creepy. This part is reserved for those who committed violence against themselves through suicide. Instead of walking around like other souls, they turn to dead, rotten trees. Their branches are twisted, their bark is broken, and they can't feel everything. Why trees? Because they rejected their physical bodies in life, so now they're denied human form forever. But it doesn't stop there. Harpies, which are creepy bird-women hybrids, fly through the forest, tearing at their branches and feasting on their leaves. Every cut, every shred causes unbearable pain, and all these trees can do is just scream in agony. And if that's not chilling enough, on Judgment Day, these souls won't even get their bodies back. Nope. Their lifeless forms will hang from the branches of the twisted trees like a constant reminder of what they did. Finally, there's the inner ring, where the punishment ramps up to scorching levels, literally. This part is for those who were violent against God, the blasphemers and the assurers, which are people who exploited others for money through highest interest loans. Imagine an endless barren desert covered in scorching sand where fire rained down from the sky. The souls here have to keep walking forever. they stop, they're stuck in a place for hundreds of years, exposed to the burning sand and the fire falling from a bough. It's a punishment that relentless, painful, and completely inescapable. So whether it's boiling blood, twisted trees, or fire raining down on the scorching sand, Level 7 is Dante's terrifying reminder that violence, no matter the form, always has its price. Level 8, Fraud. The 10 Trenches of Suffering. Fraud is so complex and messed up that Dante decided it deserves its own massive level of hell, Level 8. And instead of just one punishment, it's broken into 10 trenches, or Bulgia, each one a nightmare tailor-made for a different kind of fraud. It's like Dante took every lie, every scam, every twisted manipulation and decided to make it as unpleasant as possible. Let's break it down. First, there's the trench for the seducers, people who used others for their own gain. Here, they're constantly whipped by demons, forced to march back and forth without rest. It's a brutal reminder that in life they pushed others into things they didn't want. Now it's their turn to be driven mercilessly. Next up, we've got the flatterers. The ones just plain gross. Imagine just being submerged in a river of filth, a literal sea of waste. Why? Because in life their words were full of it. So now they're drowning in whoop they metaphorically spewed. They try to win people over with empty praise. But in hell, there is no sweet talking like their way out in this mess. Then there are the Semionex, people who sold their sacred things for money, like indulgences or positions in the church. Dante gets really creative here. These souls are buried upside down in holes, with only their feet sticking out, and flames burning through them relentlessly. Why upside down? It's a mockery of the holy act of baptism, and their punishment reflects how they turned their sacred upside down for personal gains. The fourth trench is especially eerie. Here are the sorcerers and seers, the people who claim to see the future or perform magic. Their heads are twisted completely backwards, forcing them to walk in reverse for all eternity. It's poetic, isn't it? They try to see ahead in life, so now they're denied even the ability to look forward. It's symbolic, painful, and honestly sounds like a miserable way to spend eternity. Now we reach the corrupt politicians. These souls are dunked into a boiling pit of tar, with demons patrolling the edges, ready to shove them back under with pitchfork if they try to escape. The tar is thick, suffocating, and impossible to get out, just like the shady deals and dirty politics they were caught up in during their lives. Dante doesn't hold back there. It's literally corruption boiled down. The next trench might look peaceful at first, but it's anything but. The hypocrites are forced to wear heavy robes that look golden and beautiful on the outside but are lined with lead on the inside. These souls are crushed under the weight of their deceit, forced to walk forever, never resting. Because in their life, they looked pure on the surface while hiding ugliness inside. The weight of their lies now bears down on them eternally. Then we've got the thieves, and this one's nightmares fuel. Giant serpents and lizards roam this trench, attacking the souls and biting them until they burst into ash. But here is the kicker. They regenerate over and over again, just so the cycle can repeat. Some snakes even wrap around the souls like handcuffs, symbolizing how thievery binds you. It's constant torment and there's no escape. In the eighth trench, we meet evil counselors, the ones who led others astray with bad advice or manipulative schemes. These souls are completely engulfed in flames like little fireflies flickering the dark. They burn forever because their words spark destruction in life. And yes, it's a direct callback to their actions. And their fiery influence now becomes their eternal punishment. Then comes the trench of the sowers of discord. And it's one of the most brutal. These are the people who cause division, tearing families, communities, or fates apart. Fittingly, their bodies are torn apart by demons with swords. They're hacked into pieces, thrown back together, and it happens again. This endless carnage in every cut reflects the chaos they've created in life. Finally, we reach the trench for the liars and falsifiers. And this one's just pure misery. The souls here suffer from horrific diseases. Things crabs, itches, and infections far worse than anything you can ever imagine. They scratch till their skin bleeds, only for the wound to grow back and start all over again. It's maddening. Why this punishment? Because liars inflicted the truth. Now they're plagued by something they can never heal from. All in all, level 8 is a mess. It's chaotic, layered, and filled with suffering that fits every kind of fraud you can think of. It's a grim reminder that dishonesty has consequences. Level 9, Treason, the frozen heart of hell. Finally, we reach the bottom of hell, treason, the 9th circle. Forget fire and brimstone. This level is a vast frozen lake, a chilling wasteland where the souls of traitors are punished. The lake called Cocytus is divided into zones based on the kind of betrayal committed. Betrayal of family, country, guests, and ultimately God. The traitors are trapped deep in their eyes, their bodies frozen stiff, unable to move or escape. The deeper the sin, the deeper they're buried. Some only with their heads visible while others completely encased. At the very center of it all, we find the infamous Lucifer, an enormous and terrifying demon with 3 faces, one black, one red, and one yellow. Each face chews endlessly on history's great traitors, Brutus and Cassius. The conspirators who betrayed Julius Caesar hangs from 2 of his mouths. But in the center face, the worst punishment of all, Lucifer munches on Judas Iscariot, the man who betrayed Jesus Christ. Judas's body is mangled, stripped, and twisted beyond recognition as Lucifer chews on him forever, an ugly and eternal torment. But why ice and not fire? Because betrayal is cold. It's calculated, deliberate, and devoid of warmth or loyalty. In Dante's eyes, it's the ultimate sin, one so terrible that it earns the deepest, darkest, and most lifeless punishment of all. This isn't just hell, it's the cold, hopeless center of it. And there you have it, the 9 circles of hell, from sighing philosophers to treacherous souls chewed on by the devil himself. Which level would you end up in? Drop your answers in the comments. If you thought these were terrifying, stay tuned for more twisted minds. Don't forget to like and subscribe.